This is a trade recap for Wednesday, the 13th of May, 2026. This will be number 9 of Ph5 of One and Done. Getting all caught up on the ones I'd missed, so there's a complete journal. All in all, pretty clean day, price action wise. A little bit of funkiness in the morning in terms of the price action. Had a little bit of a dump out that I took an ad into, so that was interesting. So before we get into that, if you're new or struggling with day trading, like me, you need a coach and you need a mentor. Now, for me, I've chosen Pat Mitchell to be that coach and mentor. He's been at this for over a decade now. He knows exactly what he's talking about, and he proves that day in, day out on screen share. And if you listen to him and you follow his advice, put in the time, put in the effort, you will sort yourself out. But that's the key thing. You have to put in the time and the effort. He's not going to do the work for you. He can't. He can give you the direction, but you have to put in the work. So if you are interested in learning from him, you can jump over to tricktrades.com, check out the website. You can read up on the service and his background. Like I said, he's been at this for over a decade now. He originally comes from blue collar. And if you would like a sampling of the information he puts out there, you can jump over to his YouTube page where he has over 1,700 videos. There's an entire library of knowledge in there. It'll just take you forever to read the entire library and put all the pieces together. So I recommend simply joining the service. If that's something you're interested in, check the description below. The links down there will save you a little money on your first month. Try it out. See if it's what you're looking for. Now, with that being said, let's go ahead and jump into charts. Okay, so if you're new here, kind of lay the land real quick on this is we only trade SPY and Qs. Top row, that's SPY. Bottom row, Qs. On the left here, daily charts, middle, 1 minute intraday, and I keep my order execution here on the right. Now, these blue levels you see here, these are the levels chosen by Pat, starting the night before and then refining the morning of to build a trade plan around. Once he builds or sets these levels and builds a trade plan, these levels do not move for any reason. They are static. So, this morning, the way SPY was setting up the ranges and stuff and what Pat was going over, he made it abundantly clear that SPY really not all that interested in it just because of where the levels are and kind of how they play into each other, where the risk would be. So we were focusing up on Qs. So for Qs, we opened up basically a little bit above this level to see what we do, come down into it, take it long. And again, for a quick trade, his advice right now, and something that you should really listen to, is be very incremental in your trades while the market is kind of being irrational like the way it is. So that's what we did, and what I did specifically was patient, started coming down, popped back up, tested this level, this pre-market level that I'd marked, came down in, and I entered with 1. Started coming back up. This risk level right here that I had thrown on there, that is a technical level. So that's kind of where I paid myself first. Was there more upside? Yeah, but again, I only got in with 1 contract. Came up, paid myself, came up in this level, rejected, came down. Now, at this moment, SPY was also breaking its lows, so that was looking weak. I failed to recognize what was happening on SPY. So I re-entered as I was coming into this level for an ad, corrected and averaged, or averaged and corrected, and then kind of realized what was going on. And I was listening to Pat on screen share, and he was like, not taking an ad there. I was like, okay, I've done something that I shouldn't have. So I'm in it though. So if you're in it, now it's on you to manage it. The speed at which we came down and the distance SPY had, because right here, this is the 5 on the daily. You can see it right there. Came down to test the 5. And when it did, it's like, okay, felt protected there, but I didn't want to add any more size in, so I was going to let it, again, SPY come down to the 5, see what it was going to do. If it bailed, then getting stopped out. So, came down. Did not add any size in. Tempting, but I didn't want to get oversized in this, considering it was already erring on the side of a failed trade. Popped back up. Nice, again, relatively volatile push, because that is a little over $1.50 in that one candle alone. So it's okay if it's going to get that volatile. If we get the bounce, that volatility continues, should be able to just bail on this position and be okay. So was patient with it, came back up into this level. That's where I peeled out one, held, came up into this level, peeled off the second. So again, paid off. P&L in total was only $36, which is perfectly fine considering what happened here. So should I have entered in here and done this ad? No, based upon what was happening on SPY. And again, Pat confirms that. Where I will say what is good. Again, this level is a technical level and a valid one at that, proven by the price action. This one is also proven, both pre-market and intra session. So paying into targets, that's something I've been really needing to work on. Execution timing and paying into targets. And that paid off there. So some good, some bad. Give yourself, again, credit where, again, things were done properly, and correct yourselves where things were not done properly. And that's basically what I need to do day in, day out when it comes to execution timing and entering, adding, averaging, and paying into targets. That is the weak spot in my game and what I need to work on. So going forward, that is going to be the focus. My emotions, honestly, it's strange. Because the study we're doing, we're measuring, again, mental activity, brain waves, things like that. And I am very, unless I'm misinterpreting something in the data, looking at the waveforms, it's like I'm very neutral to calm, relatively still in my emotions. At least the waveforms I would indicate, higher emotional states are generally pretty consistent. You're not seeing these weird spikes like 95% of the time. So I can say that I have seemingly my emotions in check. And that's where they should be. Now it's just technical tweaking and skill development to really start driving this home. And like I said, that will be the focus going forward. I originally said Ph5 was going to be through 10 up there for the phase. I've now updated that to 30. So let's get to it. Let's focus on that and see where it brings us. Other than that, hope you had a wonderful day. Had a good morning session. And we will catch you tomorrow for the next one. Have a good one.